Social media comparison and male self-worth. I want to talk about this today because we live in a comparison world dominated by social media. So I'm going to talk about my experience with this and some tips I've done to really work through this as well, and that I'm still using to work through. So, welcome back to the Men's Mental Health Podcast. I get caught up in this comparison thing time again, uh, now and then. And even earlier, I got caught in this a little bit, but I come back a lot quicker than I used to. I saw someone going on about you could use a podcast and then make 40 clips and bits of content. And I got like, and it's true, it's brilliant what he was saying, very, very true. But my mind was a little bit like, oh, I should be doing that. Oh, this guy's killing it, or all these kind of things, right? And that's the challenge of today. We're bombarded with information and people telling us what they think we should be doing. Now, there's some really good coach, experts, all these kind of things out there. But the strongest one you can ever have for yourself, not me, it's you, right? It's you. You know your intuition stronger, right? But we live in a world, and when you need some support, go and find the right person, 100%. But we get people who sound so certain in what they're doing, and it's because they believe what they're doing. That's awesome. But we can get sucked into that. And then it makes us think, oh, who am I? Like, do I really deserve the life they've got or the life of someone else? Like, who am I, like, to be doing this and that? And that's like self-worth, really low self-worth. It's like, do I deserve anything? I'm doing this. Like, I've been caught up in like, oh, like, wow, that guy's killing it. I'm not killing it. What am I doing? And I have to snap myself out of it a little bit, right? But yeah, I just thought this was a really important thing to talk about because we are dominated by information, social media, media all the time. So here are 5 points that have helped me work through this over time. Number one, have social media limits. If you are on social media 24/7, well, hopefully you get some sleep anyway. If you're on it most of the time in your working day, you're gonna be bombarded with information. You're gonna be comparing. You're gonna be thinking about other people's lives, right? So put some limits in. What I've started doing, which is I've taken it a level up right now, which is going to be interesting, right? I've been following for some time, like no social media in the morning until midday, and then I'll check it for an hour, and then I'll be no more until 5 p.m. Then I can check it again, and usually I have to for like business purposes. But what I've started doing now is like, right, no social media or WhatsApp checking when I'm focused on the task. I'm making a podcast right now. I do not check my phone. That is very, very challenging, I'm going to be honest. But just giving yourself some basic, easy social media limits you can stick to is a really good starting point because that's cutting out the external. Now, I'm talking about cutting out the external, but cutting out the internal is a different thing. We're going to go into that now. Okay, the next thing is notice the triggers and patterns. Like if something upsets you or you feel in your body, and always listen to your body, by the way, something in your chest gets to you, or like your head get a bit of a headache from reading something or hearing something or seeing something, notice that and write it down because the more you can become aware, the more you're going to be able to solve your patterns. So I picked this up from a great influencer who teaches about the nervous system actually. Number three, create a practice for being with yourself every single day. If you can't be with yourself, you're going to get brainwashed into other people's agendas. But when you can really hear yourself every single day, you're going to be able to create a much stronger wisdom of what you know is right. And that wisdom only comes from you. So make sure you find that silence, that time to sit with yourself every single day. Number four, here's something really, really key. It's a great exercise from one of my teachers. And he said, write down, and this is something you can do for a week. Do it for 5 minutes a day for a week, and then, notice your results. Not 6 days, not 5 days. I should have said the other way around. Not 5 days, not 6 days, 7 days. Do this for 7 days in a row. There's no excuses why you can't do this for 5 minutes a day. Absolutely none. Right? Unless you have an emergency and someone's in the hospital or something like that, right? But work getting busy, this happened, this happened. No, there's no excuse. You can't do this exercise. If you want to get better at loving yourself, right? 5 minutes, you're going to write down all the things you've like achieved today, and then you do that another day, or a mixture of the things you've achieved today, or in the week, and all that you love about yourself, and just write that for 5 minutes. It's going to be hard to begin with, but make yourself. Don't let that pen stop, because then that'll get you into recalling things that you weren't even consciously thinking of. And the more you can do that, the more you can be like, oh, I love me. I did this, this, and this. How amazing am I? And then it's not going to get your mind as focused on like, well, I haven't done this. That person's done that. So the more you can rewire your brain to think in that way, the more you're going to feel good about yourself. And then number 5 is a really powerful but simple one. Look at yourself every single morning. You can do it any time, but in the morning's a good start. Go to the mirror, look yourself in the eye and say, I love you, and say your name. So, I love you, Johnny. But you wouldn't say that if your name wasn't Johnny. I don't know why I explained that. But anyway, just look in the mirror and say, I love you, in your name at the end of it. That's a really powerful one, because you can create that connection and that love with yourself in the mirror every single day. So, those are my 5 points on really working through comparison, social media comparison, and developing self-worth as a male today. So we talked about number 1, putting limits on social media. That's the external. Number 2, notice the triggers and pattern that are coming up, and find some time. I didn't say this, but find some time to journal through them. It may not be in the moment. It may just be like, oh, I saw this, and it made me feel like this. Great, write that down, and then you can journal in that moment or later. Right. Number 3, or you could just list them through the day. And then this is what I've done when I've looked at all my triggers. When I come to look at it on like a weekly basis, you can do it on a daily basis, weekly basis. There is a common pattern between all of the triggers, by the way. So just note that. And then number 3, practice being yourself. Do some kind of inner work in the morning, whether that's breath work, meditation, something to connect with you, because then you can listen to your own wisdom, your own heart. Number 4, listing all the things you've done, achieved today or in a week, and that you love about yourself. Just list it for 5 minutes and do that every day for a week. And number 5 is look at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself you love you. Those are 5 practical ways to really help you build that self-worth and reduce that social media comparison. So thank you for listening. I appreciate you for being here, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.